What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box. This is iRacing NASCAR iRacing Series Fix from Atlanta. Starting down 29th, missed qualifying thanks to a Oculus Rift software update, so thanks for that. But you guys know how you go. But anyways, I don't mind starting at the back. Makes things more fun. Got 162 laps to figure it all out. And this setup here is very garbage, to put it nicely. Both understeers like a dump truck, and it's definitely snap loose at times. But should really be a setup in a car that you have to drive around here. And you should see some differences in the driver. So while the setup is hot garbage, I'm actually quite looking forward to this because the setup is hot garbage.
Clear inside.
Try and run the high line and keep it out of the wall.
Car inside. Stay high. Still there. Hold your line.
Getting loose on the straightaway there. Yep.
Clear.
So it'll be interesting to see if this race is a total wreck fest, because I think it very well could be a total wreck fest. You can see that guy there getting really loose. But at the same time, it very well could be a race where everybody gets spread out because the car is a bit more difficult to drive. You're obviously using the brakes, using the throttle, slipping around a little bit. So we want to try and be gentle, see if we can save our tires, have an advantage towards the end of the run, and plus, early on, a long race, 160 laps, plenty of time. Just get into the flow of it. I will say I've been quite looking forward to this race for a little while, The end of last season, I kind of started running these races, and that race at Chicagoland that I posted, that race just hooked me as to how much fun these longer races really can be, and especially with the competition and everything, with this series being the most popular within iRacing in terms of number of people per race, multiple splits. Like, when it works, it can be absolutely fantastic. So let's hope it works. But we're doing a pretty good job so far, no big slides. I feel like we're gaining on these guys up here. I will say, I do plan on running a lot of more of these races this year. In fact, I really kind of would like to do more or less the full season, the half distance races, and kind of make this a weekly occurrence. The full distance race is honestly just far too long for my tastes. And plus, you know, racing on Thursday night here, which is what the slot I plan on racing in. You know, I mean, who wants to be playing a frickin' video game racing for 3.5 frickin' hours? As well as the plate races, which is why this is the first race of the season for me. I have no interest at all in the plate races. All right, we're 11 laps in. Too frisky with the throttle there. And one of the things is, before, I believe it was this season, iRacing made an adjustment to the track surface grip with Atlanta. I think there's been some people complaining that you do slide around so much, but if you look at the real world, you see Atlanta has next to no grip left in it, and there's a massive amount of tire fall off there now. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily unrealistic or it is realistic, but you know, it's definitely interesting.
Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
There's a big old bump there. Ah! It's definitely got to be on your eggshells, you know?
Outside. Still there. Clear outside.
Alright, seems like now we're starting to see things kind of change up a little bit.
Outside. Keep low. Keep low. Clear.
Man, freaking skating through the quad oval.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
Still clear? Yes.
Keep digging.
Too fast, too much speed. Man, you gotta be so ginger on that throttle. And again, you know, I guess it's not like this thing has like 850 horsepower somewhere thereabouts, so you should definitely be able to flat-foot it all the way around here, right, guys? No! Got one wrecking. There's the
flag's
yellow.
out. Line up, single file. Pit road is closed. Catch the 9. Car, catch the
Man, it
9.
was just
Car.
getting spicy, man. We were starting to pick off people. Tires are starting to go, and I was liking it. Yeah, that's why we play it conservative there at the start. It ends up coming back to you if you get a 19 lap run is what that was, and we would have had a good chance of going further forward too if it would have stayed green. But we will come down, make a pit stop, and that means that this will actually be the first pit stop here on this channel with the new pit animations. Seeing how we're in virtual reality, we're going to totally look outside the car and notice things.
Catch the 9. Car.
Alright, what car number am I? 23. I think I'm gonna stay out, guys. Get the track position. Although I do suppose that either way you're slipping and sliding around here. 50 miles an hour is the limit. Where's my dude? Where's my guy? Oh no! No, we're too far forward. There we go. I forgot the freaking the lollipop man. he's no longer exists.
Okay, punch it.
Because there's now a pit crew. I totally freaking forgot about that, but the good news is we're right in front of the opening in the pit wall, so hopefully we'll not repeat that embarrassing lesson there. So anyways, on to the green flag. Alrighty, we're going back to green flag racing here, starting 25th, so lost about 4 positions there. Backing up, although it very well could be much worse.
The pace car is in. The pace car is in. Green flag, green flag.
Just fooled myself there. You put fresh tires on after a run like that, you're just like, oh yeah, tons of grip, you know, I feel like Superman. And then you realize that, no, we're racing Atlanta here, there's no grip at all. Regardless of how fresh of tires you have. I bet the guy in front of me did the exact same thing too. So again, let's focus on keeping the tires underneath us. The car in one piece.
Inside. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Clear inside.
Must have got loose over the bumps. And really, they're not even bumps. They're more like just giant freaking humps. They're not bumps. They're humps. Oh no. They really are quite sizable. Easy does it.
inside. Stay high, clear inside.
Just gotta play the long game, you know? Of course, depending on how long of a green flag run you get, you know, it very well can work out back in your favor, so. And it's starting to work out that way with only 15 laps on the previous run, so.
Car inside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
Let's go ahead and, you know, plan for that. I will say, I do feel like towards the end of this race, the high line could definitely be a very powerful option, providing we get a lot of green flag runs.
Car outside. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear outside.
Looks like we're opening up a bit more. The field's definitely starting to spread out, although we do got a pack in front of us here. Cars relatively close together. I definitely would not be minding a long green flag run, though. For one, that's, you know, kind of the strategy I'm really committed to at this point. In terms of my driving and the aggressiveness there. And for two, I swear, every single time I've done a race in this series, there's been people that pit after like 20 laps. Basically tapping out because they just burn their stuff up so quick. And I like that. Very much so. I don't know why I just planted the throttle there. That was pretty stupid. Seems like that middle groove is where we want to be. All right. It's funny because you know, from my perspective, you can tell so easily when people start to you know, run into their tire issues. When the cars in the mirror get smaller and smaller and smaller very, very quickly, and when the cars on the windshield get bigger and bigger and bigger, that's when tire wear is becoming a factor. This guy just kind of warped. And you know, I'm honestly, I've never been able to quite figure it out entirely. Is it because, you know, a car squirming around and all over the place suits me better? Or is it just because everybody burns their stuff off? But either way, I definitely ain't gonna be complaining.
Outside. Still there. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
Not really.
Car outside. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Keep low.
Good side-by-side racing here. All right, boys. NASCAR party time coming right on up here. Time to pass them all, right? Holy buckets, man.
Outside. Stay low. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear. Keep low. Clear.
Oh yeah, we're just so much faster than these guys. Now, this is the part I love about these types of races here. Okay. Somewhere in there we got a 0x. I'm pretty sure there's a car inside, but can't see anyone inside. It could just be frickin' Laggy McLagerson. Alright, we must be clear. Yeah, we're clear. Alright. Too high.
Inside. Clear.
God, we're freaking lifting through the quad oval, man. This is some classic ice racing here. this point, I feel like we got so much more speed that this is kind of like one of those, you know, freaking NASCAR Thunder Plate challenges, you know?
Car inside. Still there.
Oh man, come
Flag is
on!
out. Line up, single file. Pit road is closed.
Oh no, you don't.
Pass the 19 car. Catch the plant car.
So we're gonna come out of that run in
Pass the
18th
paint
place.
car. Catch the plant car. Catch the
I'm just
plant
creeping
car.
forward, and honestly, we would have gone forward a lot more there. I'm liking what I'm seeing, you know, some nicer green flag running. We've seen two guys crashing in the quad oval. We will come down, make a pit stop, obviously. We're about just past quarter distance, so still plenty of racing to go.
Pit road is now
Are we
open.
going to actually form up? Or are we just going to kind of loosely assemble and hopefully we all get there eventually? Yeah, because there's no sign of the field here. I don't know what it is, but hey, you know what? At least this time when I miss my pit box, there won't be like 18 cars passing me. All right, right before the opening in the wall. Oh, come on. That's perfect. You all suck. All right, ain't my fault you all missed the alignment. Come on, pit crew. Come on, do that thing you do.
Okay, punch it.
Woo. Do that thing, you know? All right, there's the Air Force guy, so we'll probably come out exactly where we went in. And on
Line
to
up,
the restart.
single file.
Alrighty, we're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. We're restarting in 15th place, so we actually gained some through the cycle. Remember, easy does it on these new tires.
The pace car is in. The pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. Outside. Clear outside. Outside.
Under the yellow, they were talking about
Clear. Outside.
how much tire percentage of wear everyone had left.
Keep low.
I had
Clear
5%
outside.
more than everyone else that mentioned. And one other thing, speaking of, you know, tire conservation, seeing how this is what this race is looking like, it's going to play out as, from my standpoint.
Hold your line.
One of the things I really aim for is when you pull up the tire information here in iRacing, is to try and get an even percentage front and rear.
Car inside. Still there.
Now sometimes it's not necessarily possible,
High.
but that's generally a pretty good indication that you're,
Car inside.
you know, not really overstressing one of the tires too terribly much.
Clear. Car inside. Still there. Keep high.
Again, as usual,
Clear.
don't need to run their race, need to run our race.
Still there. Hold your line.
Seen time and time again that
Still there. Hold your line.
saving tires ends up paying off if you get laps.
Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Clear inside.
Just need to have some patience. Man, that bump right in the middle of the corner is so nasty.
Inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Clear inside.
We're in 22nd position, so we've definitely lost some ground. But again, if we end up getting to the point where people start making green flag pit stops, I mean, if we would have gone 10 laps more that last round, I think a lot of people would have been coming in for the pits. You know, with still so many laps left in the race, you know, position at this point isn't necessarily important. How you get there kind of is. I mean, I could run run harder, but you know, if you end up getting a longer green flag run, then you just shot yourself in the foot. Obviously, once you get to the end, that's when you pour the go juice on. Right now, we gotta get the car clean and staying in there. Easy does it. Safe decisions, smart decisions. My car just sailed it in. We'll get the undercut here on exit. Not quite. Definitely closed up there.
Car inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Clear inside. Inside.
This car's so squirrely though.
Clear inside.
So very, very squirrely. Hold on to it.
Outside. Clear.
Hey, it's Upsman. Seems like we've been around him a bit today. That's a very poor line through the corner.
side. Stay high, there's a car on the low side. Still there, hold your line. Clear inside. Outside.
Buddy, resistance is futile.
Keep low. Clear outside. Outside. Clear.
Just a matter of time here.
Outside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside.
There we go. Too high.
Clear inside. Still there.
Woo!
Stay high. Clear.
Keep getting higher and higher. There's just not enough grip up here. Got one in the wall up there.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside.
Smart moves, high percentage decisions.
Outside. Still there. Hold your line. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear outside.
Freaking 17's freaking internet is jacked, man.
Stay low.
Either that or he just about lost it and I don't want to know.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear. Outside. Clear outside.
Ah.
Outside. Clear.
Come on. Alright, we're clear. Go back to that medium high line there.
Outside. Still there. Hold your line. Stay low. Clear. Outside.
It's definitely getting worse coming off of 4.
Still there. Hold your line.
It's getting worse
Clear
all over,
outside.
but there in particular. And we've just been running a little bit too aggressively here. Had too many, too much sideways. So one thing with iRacing, the tire, it's so temperature sensitive, and if you start sliding around, it only makes things worse. Probably could have went for the low line there, but after the last foray, not really too keen on that.
Outside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside.
I'm honestly pretty impressed by his 25 here. I feel like I should have been able to pass him like 10 laps ago, but he's still in front of me.
Inside. Clear. Car inside.
There we go.
Still there. Clear inside. Inside. Clear inside.
Dang it. It's okay, we should still get him.
Still there. Hold your line.
Keep going all frickin' Days of Thunder here. Just slipping all over the place. Alright, we're through. Guys making their stops. Alright, now that we're kind of clean, up to 14th, really where we started this run.
Keep digging.
Just short of halfway right now. I think that again is another 30 lap run. Or thereabouts.
The lead is pitting now.
So these guys are basically banking on doing one more.
Okay, we're halfway to the finish.
Should probably pay attention here.
You're in the top 10.
So I don't know, I think we're going to end up doing the same amount of pit stops anyways. I unfortunately cannot do the math in my head at this moment. Obviously, getting fresh tires, you're going to be faster out there. But, if you pit later, then you have your fresh tires when the other guys have the worn tires. Plus,
Go high.
as the stint goes on, there's a higher likelihood of caution. And the car is a good bit more difficult to drive like it is here today.
Car inside. Clear inside. Inside. Still there. Clear.
So I think we're really kind of best just stay out. The chips fall where they may.
Inside. Clear inside. The lead is pitting now.
So I mean, in theory, if a yellow comes out, then, you know, these guys in a handful of laps are going to want to pit anyways. So we're just going to gain a buttload of track position, so. Do have to remember, though, that we have to run our own race and be aware. Other cars are on other strategies. This is really one of those things where I can make a pit stop now, but yeah, towards the end I'll be looking at doing a longer run, whereas if we do more laps now, we can do a shorter run.
Inside. Clear. Car inside.
Well, we're definitely skating all over the freaking place. I don't know. Who knows? Could just be trying to convince myself that staying out is a good idea when I'm thinking it probably is actually a very bad idea. But, yeah, hey, who knows? Live and learn, right? Oh, no! Live and learn, don't do that.
Inside. Stay high to the car on the low side. Keep high. Clear inside. Inside. Clear.
Oh, man. Revs are looking kind of wobbly. It does seem like the car is still driving just fine.
Inside. Clear. You're in fourth position.
Oh, tell me I'm in fourth position. That means I'm not the only guy out here on this janky strategy. This guy ahead of me is on the same strategy.
The lead is pitting now. You're now in third.
Still got 70 laps to go, which is far too long for a stop.
Car inside. Clear inside.
You'd still be looking at doing 2 stops, although you could break it up into 35s. as I still feel that these guys out here
Okay, you're in second.
are going to be doing longer stints. But we do have to keep the car out of the wall, which we obviously failed to do once already. Oh yeah, we're done.
Car inside. Clear inside. Inside.
Coming this time.
Clear inside.
Actually, you know what? We got a pack of cars here.
Car inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Clear.
I just feel like some of these guys are probably already, you know, halfway through their stint.
Clear inside. Inside. Still there.
I very well could end up needing an extra stop.
Car inside. Clear inside. Inside. Clear inside.
I hope this works out. Otherwise, I'm just gonna look like a bozo. I'm sure the comment section's already yelling at me.
Still there. Clear inside. Inside. Clear inside.
Oh no, why did I do that? Wrong button.
Just keep hitting your mark. Inside. Clear inside. Inside. Still there. Clear. Car inside. Stay high. Clear inside. Inside. Clear.
That guy was right next to me, and then he just disappeared. I have to wonder, did he just spin into the infield grass? So this is the point where we kind of start hoping for a yellow.
Car inside. Stay high. Keep high. Clear. Inside. Keep high. Clear.
Probably should have ducked in the pits there. So I like to try and make a pit stop when there's no one behind me. That way you're not, you know, yelling out over the radio, being like, pitting in, pitting in. Alright, we're clear. Oh no. Holy buckets. Man, the thing is just snapping loose on the straight. Come on, do that thing. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. This is NASCAR. This is a race here. What you all doing just standing around? them tires on.
Move it, move it.
Alright. Yeah, we lost a lap. But again, with the cycles and the strategy and everything like that.
Car outside. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear. Car outside.
The hunted becomes the hunter.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside.
Got them 4 fresh grip years. It's funny, you can still feel the steering wheel, the force feedback is a good bit heavier.
Outside. Clear.
Beep beep, coming through, coming through.
Inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Clear inside.
Alright, this guy was on the same strategy as me. Sort of. I think he might have made a stop earlier.
Inside. Clear inside.
Superhero with a rubber cape. That is the way this feels.
Inside. Clear inside.
It's amazing how much freaking easier this is when you actually have tires that aren't hot garbage.
Outside. Clear outside. Car inside.
Coming through.
Clear. Car outside. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear outside.
And in theory, I'm thinking the tire wear is going to end up being the same anyways. It's just going to be which average lap time ends up being the fastest way. And especially if these guys Some of these guys, I have to imagine, very well could be making an extra pit stop compared to us. Or alternatively, they're going to take a very long stint at the end. Or here in the middle, but...
Car outside. Clear outside.
So place your bets. What's it going to be, guys? Is this going to be a strategic blunder, or is this going to be the move that we needed? Of course, honestly, you guys have better idea than I do at this point, because you guys have the relative timing display and all that. As I have only the instruments in the car. About 50 to go.
Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Keep low. Clear.
Just gotta keep on keeping on. It's so nice though when the tables flip and you're the car on fresh tires and everybody else has worn tires. Satisfying, you know? Obviously, when you're on the worn tires, there's nothing you can do. You're just out there holding on. Because when you have the fresh tires, you know, it's bobbing and weaving. They're sailing behind us. Get an undercut. There we go. Got big smoke down there. No!
Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Catch the 12 car.
Oh man, that's not what we needed. Where are we? 24th. There's multiple cars one lap down. Although, to be honest, what we're going to do is we will stay out. Because even though we do got laps on our tires, I do believe we should end up getting the wave around, because everybody should pit. Let's see here. Where are we? Unfortunately, I can't tell however many cars there are a lap down. to figure out where we are.
Car 35 got the lucky dog. Let
So
them
we weren't
by
the lucky dog.
on the
35
outside.
was. He was 19th, so just right up the road. But again, we'll get the wave around. I can't remember if you can pit after the wave around. I don't know NASCAR rules well enough. We'll just have to pay attention to the on-screen display. But we did pit recently-ish compared to the field, and if we do end up getting a quick yellow shortly thereafter, you know, this would put us back on the tail end of the lead lap. But, you know, considering we're 22nd here, and we're about halfway through that run, or what our run was going to be, and everybody else is kind of getting to the
Pit
point
road
where
is now open.
they're looking at probably making their next stop. I don't know, I think it would have been interesting, man. It would have been interesting. Especially if I didn't totally botch the pit entry there. Car really just snapped loose on me and wasn't prepared for it. Alrighty, we did take the wave around here. We're kind of filtering out here.
Get
A couple of
ready,
cars.
green.
I know you're trying to hurry that Jeep, but we can't go by him, man.
A couple of cars decided to.
The pace
That's
car is
me, you're right,
in. The
if you-
pace car is in.
A couple of cars decided to make a pit stop even though they were a lap down. Which I don't know. I mean, we're basically betting on a
Clear.
caution here.
Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Car inside. 2 wide. Still there.
Got big smoke, big
Hold your
smoke.
line. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Inside. 2 wide. Inside.
So I mean, we're
Still there.
dead out here, but
Clear inside.
rather be on the lead lap, gamble on a caution after a restart, especially late in the race here, than be a lap down and hope you get a caution and then you get the waiver or the lucky dog. So I just have a feeling, you know. Someone's gonna try and flat-foot it through the quad oval. The car ain't gonna have it.
Inside. Clear. Inside. Clear.
So honestly, I don't think we got enough fuel anyways to go the distance. Very well could be wrong. Can't really check. You know, this is kind of sketchy driving this thing. Kind of watch this guy behind me would just go.
Inside. Keep high. Still there. Hold your line. Keep high. Clear inside.
Of course, there's also the other bet. You know, we could make a green flag stop, banking on everyone else is going to stop. So, I mean, we were 40 laps out. 41 laps of fuel. Oh yeah, we got fuel. I don't think we have the tires at all, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? Because I really don't think we're going to ever equalize the tire life. I don't think the lap times are ever going to equalize because our laps, while we had probably, 15 laps on our tires, that's still a lot of wear. To try and claw back.
Stay high to the car on the low side. Clear.
Slip sliding away. I feel like I consistently keep finding myself in these races, hoping for there to be no yellow, and getting nothing but yellow, hoping there to be a yellow, getting nothing but green flag racing. I feel like that's consistently been my experience in this series. There's someone down there in the pits. This guy ahead of us is for position. We're almost a lap down already. Frig, man. I think if that's the case, we take the gamble.
Inside. Clear.
And go for the stop and try and hope that it goes green and we can claw back time. So, I mean, there's still the question of will people actually make stops, which my gut instinct tells me no, because that just doesn't seem like a good strategy. I also feel like that the answer might be yes. Although they're not gaining super fast, it looks like. Although I very well could just be misreading it. There's one that coming out of the pits. Oh yeah, I think he was a lap down anyways.
The yellow flag is
Yes!
up. Line up, single file.
Yes!
Road is closed.
We'll end up having a restart with about 20 to go, so
Car.
it's basically going to be no holds barred. It'll be pretty much just go. Tire saving out the window.
Attach the 6 car. Attach the 19 car.
Alright.
Attach the
We're ready for a
19
stop.
car.
That's the leader right behind me in my mirror. Like, are we not catching up here, guys, or what?
The pit road is now open.
We gotta pass the pace car, guys.
Pass the pace car. Catch the 19 car.
Come on, guys, let's move it. Oh, no, wrong button.
Car 12 got the lucky dog. Let them by on the outside.
Easy does it there, buddy.
1 second of repairs leaves me 2 spots.
Yeah, 41.7 of optional. We're going to try and get our optional taken care of. Let's see here. Yeah, because we are the last car on the lead lap. I don't think the optional is necessarily going to do much, but the way I figure it probably can't hurt too terribly much. This engine would stay running. Alrighty, we're going to be restarting here at 22nd. Looks like we're going to have probably about 18 laps to go at the line, which means it's go time.
The pace car is in. The pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. Car inside. Clear inside.
Force feedback's so much heavier on fresh tires, like it's so noticeable. Got a wobbler.
Outside. Stay low. Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside. Outside. Keep low. Clear. Car inside. Stay high. Still there. Keep high.
All it is we're throwing out there, 20 laps. If this does go green, we could see some tire issues here.
Keep high.
I just don't think this late in the race you can afford to play the long game.
Clear. Inside. Clear. Inside. Clear.
So this is definitely the point where the chips are down. I really would like this thing to go green the whole way. Make Atlanta slippery again, that's what I say. Less grip, more fun.
Inside. Stay high. Clear.
I could have gotten in the power a little bit sooner there. Come on, guys, start racing.
You got 10 laps to go.
All right, halfway home. Starting to get a little slippery. Missed it. Come on, stay green. Oh, we got the swervies going on. Once you start seeing the swervies, that's when you're having fun. Ah! So it's 2 hours on the power. Shit, about 5 left to go. There we go. No.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Hold your line. Stay low.
Alright, we need to
The
clear
car
him
on the
here.
high side. Still there. Hold your line. Still there.
That should do it.
Still there.
Nope.
Clear.
Our line too good, man.
You got 2 laps to go.
All right, regroup.
You just got the white flag. That means 1 more lap to go.
That was not regrouping. You have to figure there's going to be a couple swervies coming off of 4 this lap. Nope. Well, that race was kind of,
There's the checkered flag.
kind
Okay,
of
we'll get them next time.
something. Looks like we're going to finish in 21st place, which is not necessarily as well as we would have liked, but considering, you know, we had to take a wave around there and all that. And strategy didn't necessarily go our way, but it didn't necessarily hurt us too terribly much in the end anyway. So I guess it's a wash, and that's that. We survived. Should have kept the car reasonably clean, except for that, you know, wall smash exiting turn 4. But otherwise, that was oh my goodness. Where's reverse? There's reverse. Guys, it's the end of the race. You don't need to put fresh tires on it. It's perfectly fine to load it into the hauler. And this guy, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but he's the guy with the rear tire carrier. That man has got to pee. But anyways, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. It's definitely fun to do, hanging on for dear life. Always good fun. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. All right, bye.